So what happens when you become the man that makes the decision to change his life for good? Will you go now from the you go from the majority into a category of the minority? Okay, so if 75% of men are caught up with this addictive and compulsive behavior, that means that only 25%, okay, 1/4 of men don't. So do you think that those 25% of men have a leg up from a competition standpoint? We're talking about competition in the dating marketplace. We're talking about competition in the work marketplace. We're talking about competition in the physical marketplace. We're talking about competition in the financial marketplace. Yes, you are here to compete. I believe as men, we are here to compete. We are here to win. We are here to create value for the world, and we are benefited and we are paid well for the value that we provide to others. So if you can look at this as a way of how can I begin to get a leg up on the competition, the men that I'm facing and I'm going to face in life, first thing you can do is just realize that if you get control of your compulsive behavior with porn and masturbation, you're already in a category of a minority of men. Okay? Secondly, for me, it was 35 years old when I finally was able to get this out of my life. Now, I don't regret anything that happened because it really put me in a position where I could stand here today and do everything it is that we're doing. But I also understand that if I was able to change my life sooner, it would have given me so many more opportunities. Once again, I'm not regretting anything that's happened in my life because I think I have a very unique opportunity now with the work that we're doing. But understanding that if you wait, it's only going to get harder. It's only going to get more difficult. It's only going to get more challenging. And the longer you wait, the bigger the consequences are going to be if you don't change.
And do you have any advice on what to do with porn and masturbation? The less porn, the better. That's my advice. But let's make that more specific. To the degree that use of porn and masturbation is undermining your sense of yourself and providing you with a dearth of motivational reasons to get out there and engage with a real partner, then it's definitely not in your best interest, and that's what your conscience is telling you. You know, and it's the expedient at the expense of the meaningful. Obviously, right? Obviously, there isn't any more obvious manifestation of the expedient at the expense of the meaningful than pornography and masturbation. And that's hardly a heroic path. So maybe the less of it, the better.
The golden point of nofap is where you literally forget that fapping and porn even exist. It's where you don't even think about it. Getting obsessed about nofap and constantly watching all of the nofap benefits timeline videos is bad for you because you become obsessed with it and then it stays ingrained in your mind. When you're obsessed with nofap, it starts to feel like a full-time job. Like, when am I next gonna fap? Don't reset the streak. We want to get to the golden point of nofap, which is when you get to the urges. You don't even associate the sexual urge with fapping anymore. You get that sexual urge and it literally just feels good to be a man. So how do you get to the golden point of nofap? There's two things you've got to know. One, you've got to have realistic expectations of nofap that don't f up your mental health. One of the things that no one tells you about nofap is that you're supposed to relapse many times when you're first starting out. Stop expecting to get into nofap and then expecting it to be perfect straight away to get into a huge streak. You don't deserve that right now. You have been leveling up this habit of fapping and watching porn for like 10 years. It's gonna take some time to destroy this habit. The most important thing is just try not to fap that much and just know that it will take months, if not even years, for some people to get to the point where they feel like they just are completely on nofap. And the second thing is your self-image, and this is the part that a lot of people forget. If you say that you're on nofap, I know for a fact that you will masturbate again soon. Because imagine two guys at a party. One of them says, "Oh no thanks, I'm trying to quit drinking." We know for a fact that this guy is gonna fail his goal of quitting alcohol. But guy number two says, "No thanks, I don't drink." This guy is way less likely to crumble because it's ingrained in his self-image. Don't see yourself as the guy who's on nofap, as the guy who's trying not to fap. See yourself as the guy who simply just does not fap. You're not trying, you just don't. You're not on nofap. It's just something that doesn't exist in your mind anymore. And to do that, you have to take a step back from the community of nofap videos online. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.